Now, one of the things I like about the GM's head-up display is the actual angle. I think it's perfectly aligned with my eyesight. Like I've been in cars like the Volvo EX90, the e-trons, and they are very good with their head-up displays as well. But it just feels like that they've done a much better job calibrating the eye level to the point where it's easy for you to kind of see it. Now, I think I did raise it up probably about an inch higher than it probably was out of the box. You do get a little bit of that electric motor whine, but a very soft ride though. So one of the things that Cadillac has done that I really feel like they've done an excellent job with is their exterior styling with the cohesiveness of the interior styling. A lot of cars nowadays seem to be disconnected between the two. Some of them are right there at it, like I would say Kia, Hyundai, Genesis, all of them have great styling, interior and exterior, but sometimes you get in the car and it just doesn't seem like it matches. It still looks great, but it doesn't feel like it's the same type of car as what you would see in something like this. This car just has a different feel. It just feels luxury. It feels like it. Like I've got this ventilated seat on my back, just really feeling good as far as keeping me from being overheated or anything like that that's built in. And there's so many different aspects of this car feeling like it's a, entry-level luxury vehicle, but it operates and rides like a higher-end vehicle. When I drove the Lyriq the first time, the Lyriq had such a Cadillac feel. To me, it felt like I was in my grandfather's old Cadillac from 1989, right? It was just that floaty feeling. It just felt really good. This ride so far, it just feels like a baby version of that. And as someone who buys a luxury vehicle, you want to have something that is smooth and quiet. And let's see how it takes these railroad tracks. Not bad, not bad. Lyriq's still better for sure. Now, one of the things I would say about this particular road here is there's a spot which I wanted to see compared to my Audi. I didn't take that power as good, but it still was pretty smooth. So my Audi my Audi Q4 e-tron has 335 horsepower. This has 300 horsepower. This has about, I think, 360 pounds-feet of torque, and I think my Audi may have close to 400. But I wanted to see how much it felt different when you get down on it just a little bit. So as I get up here on this little stretch up here, I'm gonna just get up to 60 pretty quick. The road is 55, so I'm not going over the speed limit by no more than 5 miles an hour. But I want to see how fast it actually gets up to that point, and then I'll back down, of course, pretty quick. But overall, this is just a really quiet car. I didn't check to see if it was, but let's see if it is double pane. Yes, it is double pane glass, at least on the front. And you could hear that was just quickly quieted. Now this is a 50-mile-an-hour road here, and I'm doing 49, and it feels like I'm just cruising along. But I feel like I'm driving slow. That's just how the weight of this car makes you feel like you're driving slower than you are. The minute you start driving faster, you feel like you're driving normal speed, and you look down and you're doing 70 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. And that's the scary part about driving an EV, is before you know it, you'll be up to speed really quick. and it doesn't feel like you're doing that fast because of the weight of the car. This car feels heavy, but it doesn't feel like the Lyriq felt. The Lyriq definitely feels heavier than this. And it's a bigger car. By no means it should be and should feel better. In the head-up display, real quick, I'm going to describe something. You can see those your lines letting you know that you're centered. Right now it's yellow, so it's saying I'm too close to one side or the other. Now it's back to green. And then, of course, you'll have like the gauge. Now it tells you 80 miles per hour is restricted. So the fastest I could go is 80 miles per hour because I'm in the demo mode. And in demo mode, they restrict your speed, which is really nice because it's pretty much like putting you in a teen driver mode. I like that about that because if someone test driving this vehicle, you don't want someone ripping down the road doing 100 miles an hour just to see if it could do it. So this is my little spot up here. We're going to turn into this spot. And as long as the traffic isn't too bad, we should be able to get a nice little ramp. And it's going downhill, but it'll give me an idea which one feels stronger. There we go, and punch it. Okay, so that's 55. I want to describe exactly what I felt there because when I'm in my e-tron, my Q4, you feel a punch, just like you would in a Tesla. Now, it may not be as violent as a Tesla because it only has that 335 horsepower. This has 300 horsepower, but it gets up to speed, but it rolls it up to speed. So it slowly gets you up to that point to where it's like, okay, now I feel it. Now it's something that stands out. So as to me, I was thinking like, okay, this is going to be awesome. And I'm mixed because I know that this does have a lot of features that my car doesn't. And it has things like, you know, if I want to see the map on the screen, I can see it here. I can also pull it up on this other side as well. So I can actually go to navigation and have Google Maps popping up full screen. So I can do dual screens with my GPS. And I thought it was a car on my side. So I can actually have that set up to where I have my lane directions here and then a full scale map on this side. So very similar to what you would see with Lucid, where they have a dual screen, one up top, one on the bottom. This is side to side, which honestly I kind of like this better because now it actually gives me an idea of, from a wide area, where am I at in this vicinity of the city of Greer, versus me just seeing it here and having to look down. I've got everything in eye level, and if I'm doing directions, if I navigate someplace, it will pop up. Just like all Google Maps integrations, you do have the ability to do route planning built into it, and it works really well. Going back over to the assist mode, you can see how this now has lane guidance to where there's two solid lines letting you know when you're in and out. So it will tell me if I'm in the center. If I had turned on, which this road is not set up for Super Cruise, but if I turned on Super Cruise on like I-85, for instance, this will go green. There'll be a little green steering wheel icon. They'll let me know that I'm actually in Super Cruise, and it will let me ride through hands-free. But my eyes have to remain on the road using this sensor and this camera to make sure that I'm not doing anything stupid in the car. So overall, I like the way this feels. I like the way it sits. It smells great in here. This is one of the, like I said, one of the big things about buying a new car is you get that new car smell. Now, I don't know if this thing has brake hold. That's one thing I do like about my Q4 is it does have the brake hold feature built in. And I don't see it here. It's probably in here somewhere, to be honest, but I don't see where I might have missed it. But if you're looking for something that is similar to my Q4 e-tron size, or in the same realm as a GV60, or what else is in this class? Soon to be the BMW iX1, the Volvo or EX40, EX30 technically, but the EX30 still is a little bit smaller than this car, if I remember correctly. And it's a good ride. I really think it's a really good ride. I think it's one of those, people would say it's a around the town car. I don't think so. I think this is definitely a trip car, right? Doesn't charge as fast, about 150 to 100, I think it's probably 190 kilowatts is what like the Blazer takes. And I thought the Equinox and the OPTIQ were going to be upgraded to do that speed as well. But as of right now, we know for sure it's 150 kilowatts. Flipping back onto that rear screen, and I see what people say, when you're looking at the mirror, your eyes are in a very sequential connection between the mirror and the rear view glass. When you go to the camera view, it does go to a very distinctive look, and your eyes do have to adjust. So at night, I'm not sure how that's going to work, but either way, it's still a great option for you to have as we kind of look at what the future of rear view cameras are going to be. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for another great time that you joined me for this adventure with keyless entry. And I want to actually tell everyone that I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe. I would love to continue to grow this channel and make it even bigger than it is. It's just a hobby for right now, but whoever knows what the future may hold.